Natural disasters are happening at a crazy rate. There are wars raging all over the place. Millions of children have gone missing. You know what we need? Badminton. We need some badminton, and we need it now. I'm Nicole Arbour, and this is the Arbour Effect. Welcome to episode 1. I'm gonna calm down. I'm just very excited to be back. Yeah. Dear Olympic lovers, just as the aliens are sure we're about to blow ourselves up, it's that time again where the world gets together like a big old dysfunctional family for the family reunion. We call it the Olympics. Kids, you're gonna play some volleyball and you're gonna love it. Okay? Put on your short shorts and get on that court. We're gonna play some games. The whole world is watching. You smile and you wave your flag. Now, wave it, Finland. Finland, I saw that. Wave it. Act normal. People are watching. You get to the family reunion and people are like, I'm gonna nuke you. No, I'm gonna nuke you. I can't believe you have my people enslaved. Well, the cobalt isn't gonna mine itself, is it? New iPhone coming soon. Oh, Congo's just walking around like, has anybody seen our diamonds? Well, all the ladies from France hide their left hand. France, how do you have so much gold and diamonds? No, none of that was yours. You guys stole from everybody. Well played. Notice how the countries who have dictatorships are very well behaved. I'm just saying. Is it fear? Maybe, but they're well behaved. That's all. Just watch them. We all participate in this. China's very good, kids. Everybody just pretends everything is fine. Like women every day. The cognitive dissonance of it all. I live for the pageantry of it. I was trying to figure out why. Why do we all love the Olympics so much? And I figured it out. The Olympics, where woke shit doesn't matter. Ooh, bitching about body positivity will not get you on the gymnastics team. Doesn't matter how many TikToks you make saying it's unfair. And bitching about diversity will not get you a spot on the track team. I probably have to be white people bitching about diversity for the track team. It is what it does. It just matters that you are the fucking best. I mean the new definition of woke, not like the original definition, which white people came and stole and then changed and then called it their own. I'm really sorry about that. White people, we tend to steal things. As I'm wearing some other bitch's hair. We've been bred the last few years to pretend that the participation medals matter. They don't. But when it comes to the Olympics, no one's budging. And we fucking love that. Let's go. Woo. Human beings love standards, which is why we loved it when models were hot. Remember that? Mm-hmm. You mean I too can be a model if I just stop taking care of my body and yell at people? Wow. That defeats the whole purpose. You couldn't be in the Olympics if you stopped doing the things that make you an Olympian. If we were honest, we would all just admit that we are sick of seeing shit that's not that good. And it's why we love the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. They have to be a size 0 with giant boobs and be able to kick to their head and land in splits and live off of no money. We learned they make nothing on America's Sweethearts. That broke my heart. It's just an honor for the ladies to be on the team. It's also an honor to pay your fucking bills. People saying the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are too skinny, well, they're that skinny because they can't afford food. Just an honor. I can't believe anybody from the Dallas Cowboys organization watched that documentary and went, this is a great reflection of our organization. Men get paid, women get applause. Ladies get applause. We don't let nobody touch them on the waist because that's disrespectful. We also don't let them pay their light bills because that's respectful. All right, whatever. What I'm trying to say is they're the best of the best. The Olympics is literally the most amusing thing in the world. Synchronized swimming. It's a sport for kids whose parents hate them. Let's see how long it takes you to drown. You're gonna throw them in the pool. You're not allowed to touch the bottom of the pool. Put your legs in the air and spin around in a circle at the same time as your friend. Don't touch the bottom. Do not touch the bottom. You know it's abusive because they put Jell-O in their hair. Jell-O is not for hair. Jell-O is for consumption in grandma's house. But synchronized swimming is so funny, and I'll be watching it. It's hard to get anybody to get together. How do you get a group of people together in matching bathing suits? Put a nose plug in, we're gonna slick our hair back, we're gonna frickin' flutter, we're gonna throw our friends in the air. How do you throw them in the air? You're in water. Doesn't matter. It's synchro. We figure it out. Synchro! I would say throw UFC guys and synchronized swimmers into an outdoor extreme situation. Synchro would win. They can survive without breathing. They make human waterfalls for no fucking reason. Glorious. Woo. Did you hear about the no sex beds? They're beds this year in the Olympic Village are like 2 cardboard boxes put together. They're called no sex beds, which is weird because it's in France. France isn't exactly known for not fucking. The no sex beds only hold the weight of 1 person. Which person? There's a big difference in weight between the female gymnasts and the men's rugby team. I mean, why let them have any fun? They already get paid so much money to be there. Why would we want the best genetics in the world to be mixing? Humans are dumb, and if we become extinct, it's our fault. And as if a bed made of cardboard is gonna stop 2 people in the peak athletic form from doing it. I saw some of the female rugby players. They can pick each other up and scissor in the air. They don't give a shit. If I can have sex against a wall, I'm pretty sure an athlete can hold themselves up. If I'm an Olympian, I'm banging everybody. It's a perk of the job. God, meh. Ooh. I also like to listen to the names as they're announced and guess what they look like. It's fun to see what countries are inbred. Brits don't have bad teeth because of sweets, you know. I do always feel like Team Canada and Team USA are kind of unfair. It's like the All-Star League of genetics. They have everybody. What do we need? Dominicans to the bus. Don't worry, it's for baseball, not deportation. I know we tricked you last time, but this time it's the Olympics. Skateboarding. We need white guys from the suburbs or mixed guys with tattoos. Check. And then basketball. We need black guys and Caitlin Clark to the bus. Just kidding, we don't like selling jerseys, Caitlin. Stay home. I don't know. Count your money or something. What a stupid move, Team USA. I too wouldn't want to offend the very large women that are in that league by putting the best female player of all time on the Olympic team. What the fuck? Also want to give a moment to shout out the fencing teams and the running and shooting teams, just because nobody else ever does. Mom, I'm going to the Olympics. For what? Fake sword fighting. Let's go. I have to admit when I'm wrong. I assume that Team America won for shooting in the Olympics every year, just, you know, based on America. Pew, pew, pew. That was my silencer. If anybody buys a silencer, they should automatically be put on a list. Come on, I'm using it for hunting. You're using it for hunting what, people? It's people. For sure it's people. This is where the Olympics is a little bit unfair because I bet that Team Jamaica would have the best shooters. They're just not allowed to admit that they have guns. Bad man things. Stop it. Before you make rude jokes about the Special Olympics, they're incredible too. You really want to feel humbled? Watch the Special Olympics diving team. A dude with no legs competing. He's up there. How did he get there? We don't know. His little nub jumps on the board, he does flips, he lands in the water, little splash. Which I just realized, considering he has no legs, is probably cheating. I want to watch that. I'm just kidding, that diving thing didn't happen. Because one year, a girl with Down syndrome went up there and decided at the last second to do a cannonball. And you know what happened? Everybody else decided to do one too. And that is why they're better at life than us. Have you ever been to a Special Olympics or Paralympics? Everybody's fighting over the handicapped parking spots and there's a huge line at the wheelchair bathroom. I saw a girl in a wheelchair try to avoid the big line and use the regular person's bathroom. I stood outside her stall like this, and when she came out, I was like, those are for us. I used to be on the disabled list. I feel like I can make these jokes. What I'm trying to say is I love the Olympics, and you should tune in starting July 26th. Support your country. Support your favorite. Support the opening ceremonies. I think it's really nice that they remove all the homeless people. That way when they spend the country's money on the opening ceremonies, it looks nice and clean. Ooh, poverty. We're gonna play some games just in honor. Let's go. And now a word from our sponsor. Season 1 of The Arbour Effect is being shot in sunny, hot, sweaty, dripping places I didn't know I had, Florida. Woo! So thank God for Lumi. Lumi deodorant products are aluminum-free, which we love. Acidified, pH-balanced deodorant wipes for on the go. Because that's what you actually need, not to just mask odor, you need to remove the bacteria that causes it in the first place. An acidified body wash for when you get home, all disgusting. My sweat is sweating. Everything in Florida is always trying to kill you. Like giant iguanas. Snakes. Or alligators chasing you. Florida is terrifying and fun. Just go to lumideodorant.com and you get 15% off everything on the site with the code ARBOUR. That's ARBOUR. For all my sweaty betties, I say it one more time. ARBOUR. 15% off all their products, including this one that I'm about to use as soon as the camera's off, in a place I can't mention. It's somewhere I would get money for showing on OnlyFans. Spirit Airlines, the unofficial sponsor of season 1 of The Arbour Effect. I'll be roasting you motherfuckers all season because you made me miss 2 events. Everybody warned me not to take Spirit Airlines, and then I did because it was the only direct flight to where I was going. You mother truckers oversold my flight. I tried to be nice. I gave you guys so many options to just pay me back the money you owe me for double selling my seat. So this whole season of The Arbour Effect is unofficially sponsored by Spirit Airlines. You'll notice that Spirit Airlines is not flying any Olympians to the Olympics because they'd probably never fucking get there. Spirit Airlines. It's like a Hood Clips video in the sky. Spirit Airlines. Because fuck you for choosing Spirit Airlines. I warned you. I warned you guys. And now welcome to Internet Friends. A segment where I bring you someone I love from online that I either met online and then they became my friend, or someone I'm meeting for the first time and I hope they're gonna become my friend. Make sense? As you now know, we're shooting the first season in Florida, so I had to hit up the king of funny in Miami, Tonio Skits. Tonio has over 4 million followers. You've seen him on HBO, TLC, TMZ, VH1, Fox, and of course, he was famous from MTV's Wild and Out. On any given day, you might see Tonio on a red carpet or randomly doing a skit with Kevin Hart. But what you'll definitely see is him in hilarious sketches with the most gorgeous women you've ever seen. Welcome, Tonio.
Go team, go team, go team, go team.
Go team, go team, you know what's up? The business that I feel like you seem to know the most about is OnlyFans.
Why? I don't even have an OnlyFans.
All of your videos have ladies, pretty ladies, that seem to have very successful OnlyFans. So I feel like you must have learned through osmosis how to sell ass online.
Okay, I see your point, but yeah, I get it, because by default, these girls want views or eyeballs on their page, in which I get eyeballs really easy. So the girls do math very well.
No, we don't.
There they do.
I don't.
Girl math.
Oh, girl math.
No, not college algebra. No, girl math is views, me, OnlyFans, money. Bam.
Bam. So they use you a little bit.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
They do. I do feel used.
Yeah.
But I just keep going. No one really asks me, hey, how do you feel, Tonio? Do they ask if I'm hungry, or, hey, you want to go out sometime? Want some head? Like, nobody asks none of that.
None of it.
None.
No head.
None.
You're the Trojan horse to get all the OnlyFans ass to the viewers of your men's. Yeah. And they don't even help you.
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Tonio. Is there anything I can do other than give you head? I'm not
You know
offering.
what? You're putting this out there for me, so I think awareness is good enough.
You'd like some of my views?
Yes.
Done!
Go team, what up?
That's right. I'm sure you've learned some things from the OnlyFans ladies. What have you learned from them about running a business of T&A?
Right now, we're at a time where most OnlyFans girls reach a certain plateau. If you get with a manager or big managing firm, then you have help. You got someone taking care of your DMs. Sorry, guys. That's not them DMing you.
Stop it. There's other people in the DMs of the OnlyFans.
Dude, 6'2" dude eating Cheetos in his house, watching throwback shows of Roseanne, DMing you like, hey, sexy. Yeah, I'll send you some pictures. Yeah.
And you're paying for that. They're paying for that. Not you personally.
Not me personally.
You've definitely never paid for it.
No, but seriously, I've never paid. I've never paid for a subscription ever. I've never.
You get it for free.
No shame on the guys that, want to see some titties.
Yeah.
You see some titties.
Titties are great.
Titties
Big
are awesome.
fan of titties. Yeah. Myself, I have 2. I'm hoping to have more.
Moving on.
Yeah.
So now they're learning how to scale their business.
More titties.
Yeah. More titties. How do you scale? Well, getting a bigger managing company where you get more people working, doing your chats, it's called, and what's going viral now for you to join. Because if you could join a trending topic or trending video and you're cute and you do the video, guess what? Your video blows up. And your video blows up, guess who's looking for it? Horny little boys to see if you have that link. And if they find that link, subscribe. Then you got creators like me who always creating original content. They have this formula that I've been doing since 2014.
Bam!
Having beautiful women in everyday situations, and those videos kind of blow up. I found a secret formula to OnlyFans where if you make non-sexual funny videos and it blows up, for some reason, these girls generate more subscriptions than girls doing sexual content that happens to blow up. Because these non-sexual videos are painting you almost like the girl next door, and they happen to find the link. It's like, oh my God.
It's like a dirty little secret.
Bro, she has one. And then they start sharing around, yo, she got a link. She got a link. And it just works.
Wow. You're a digital pimp.
Yeah. I'm not proud of it.
I was about to tell you I'm very proud of you. You know what? We're living in a material world, and you're a material girl.
Yeah. I had this idea where I would manage a few girls at least. Remember, if I'm blowing you up, I might as well make some of your money. I got so much other things going on, so I never went that route.
Yet. What do you feel is the time distance between being a bottle service girl to OnlyFans to real estate agent?
How did you know? Yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you know that? That's exactly how it
I
works.
watch the world. What is there like a specific time frame it takes to each?
I mean, if we had to average it,
Yeah.
I would think
Science.
there's a 5-year turnaround time. But if said bottle girl that starts doing OnlyFans finds a good man, that transition happens sooner.
Ooh, it's the man that's the catalyst.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the
And then
catalyst.
he teaches her real estate.
Right. Well, she'll get into real estate and just start doing real estate and just start selling homes.
Once you can sell ass, you can sell anything, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah. If you sell ass, you can sell anything.
There's so many asses in the world that if
Yeah.
you got someone to pay for yours specifically when everyone has one, you're good at sales.
For the OnlyFans girls that are watching, be smart. If you're racking in $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, how are you not investing half of that the moment you get it? Don't be stupid. This is not going to last.
Titties sag eventually.
They do.
Yeah.
And then there's more titties. There's girls 20 every day. Like, you're about to be old. You're about to be 22. That's old. For them.
Oh, for that.
Yeah.
For that.
No, yeah. Bitch, you old.
Old titties. Do you feel like old titties make less money than young titties?
Titties are titties.
I feel this way.
You know, titties are titties.
Have you ever met a titty you didn't like?
Not really, because if I'm seeing your titties because I like you, and if I like you, I'm gonna like your titties. So yeah.
You hear that, girls? That is like, I need to hear like Oprah saying stuff like that, you
Yeah.
know, like, because girls get upset about their titties sometimes. They're like, my titties are too big or too small or too jiggles or whatever.
It's one of the most ridiculous things. Like, women don't, especially women that do these BBLs and all this stuff, like, they don't understand they're not doing it for men. At least not directly, because there was a study I saw. They asked 100 men, and 90-something% of them were like, no, we don't really like BBLs for real. If we see it, I'll double tap. Oh, okay. It's not something we want.
You don't want to
It's not
tap
something
it
I want to
in real
walk around
life.
and hold hands with and be like, yo, because some of y'all looking crazy.
When the BBL is too big, you can't hold hands.
Yeah.
There's no
Nah.
room for the hand.
I mean, the droopy ass, it's just the wiggles, like, you're not even walking this, wiggling like this. Like, why are you doing that? Like, what's wrong?
I like when girls look nice, but I feel like that can get a little scary when their body moves a beat after they move.
And they got no friends to tell them they overdone it.
Because they're all overdone in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. It would be amazing for girls to do that transition. One more evolution from bottle service to OnlyFans to freaking what we said. I just lost my train of thought thinking of something funny in my head. Real estate. From real estate
Realtor.
to movie producer would mean there's better roles for girls
Yes.
in movies. You'd be in charge of the shit.
Yes.
It wouldn't just be a bunch of jokes at girls. You can make fun of dudes too.
Yep.
So I feel this is like
You could be in the selection process. You now can bring representation. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we want. You know, I have issues sometimes when auditioning. We don't have the right representation for Latino community sometimes. It's just, you know, there's so many examples. I'll give you one easy one. Al Pacino, amazing actor. But why would they hire a white guy to represent a Cuban drug dealer? His Spanish is not even Cuban.
when there's so many Spanish drug dealers.
Hello. I mean, you don't have to get an actual drug dealer.
Sorry.
But you can get an authentic Cuban with that authentic sound, because his Spanish don't even sound Spanish. The movie
doesn't.
was great and it worked.
Yeah.
But, you know, people that, you know, all the Cubans were like, what is that?
But
Like,
in general, I feel like most Cubans have dealt drugs.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I have Cuban family adult drugs, but
Yeah, the family.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't have to be like hard drugs. It could just be like a little something here and there.
like
It's just
cocaine.
entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
cool. Invest in Tonio's films.
Invest into the film.
Yeah, I like
DM
that.
me, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna find a tweet I made about OnlyFans girls.
Men hate girls with OF. Men also keep OF in business. So men should hate men. And that's my TED Talk. Oh.
Men complain about girls with OnlyFans, but men are the ones keeping it awake, alive.
I'm not even mad at it anymore.
No.
I had a phase where I was like, no, this is bad for society. This is horrible. But ugly people want to have sex and no one's going to fuck them. I mean it. I really mean it.
Girl,
So,
you
like,
need to raise $1 million in 6 hours, open up OnlyFans.
is this an experiment? Should we do this for charity?
I think we should.
No, I actually would do that for charity.
No, do it. Close the comments,
6
open up
hours?
OnlyFans. No, 24 hours. 24 hours, I have an OnlyFans. That's all I'm going to tell you guys. If you support it, you support it. If you don't, you don't. And then after the 24 hours, you go back on, listen, the money went to charity, went to this, but yeah.
And just, I might actually do this. I think that would be a
Let's figure it out.
really good social experiment.
How about
Cool.
I take you to an OnlyFans day? Like we'll go in the life of an OnlyFans girl. We'll find one of the top OnlyFans girls.
Yeah.
And she takes you to a shoot, to what it is. Then we'll go to the clubs, how they treat you in the clubs, and all that stuff. And you put your everything that you did that whole day, you vlog it, put it in your OnlyFans. You could only see it there, and people pay.
I love this.
You'll clean up.
I love this. Fine, you are my digital pimp. I'm gonna have to ask my fiance about the title, but
How does that conversation work? Babe, so Tony wants to pick me out.
so no, it'll be the verb. So babe, I pitched Tonio on a thing. I asked him to be my pimp. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me.
Digital pimp.
Stay with me. But it's only for OnlyFans. And then you'll be like, oh no. And we'll make it funny. We'll figure it out. I'll try. I love you, babe. So obviously take your OnlyFans money and invest half of it every month in Tonio's films.
I'm working on movies, so
I would love your movies to be the films that Titties built. Done! Keep checking my Instagram for a skit with Tonio, where he helps explain all of the neighborhoods in Miami and where the OnlyFans girls come from. Thanks for coming, Tonio. You can follow Tonio Skits at Tonio Skits. I guess that was pretty obvious, wasn't it? Thanks for coming, homie. I know it might look like I'm just having a mimosa on the beach, but I'm actually making money right now with my Shopify. But how, Nicole? That doesn't make any sense. Well, yes, it does. Because Shopify does everything for you that you might need for your online business. It doesn't matter what size you want to grow to, Shopify will grow with you. And because we all love a deal, I know I do, you can sign up for the $1 a month promotion right now at shopify.com/Arbour. That's ARBOUR, lowercase. It is so easy to customize your store because they have tons of gorgeous templates. It makes it look like you hired a designer, but you didn't. And once you start selling, Shopify makes it super easy to get paid because they accept every major form of payment. And you don't have to sell just your own stuff anymore. With Shopify Collective, you can actually go in, choose items you love, and put them in your store. You could sell other people's stuff, and you didn't have to buy anything to have your own store. Genius. Even birds love Shopify. It makes having a business online so easy. I can just drink on the beach. Don't deliver anything on my head. Cheers, beaches. Businesses that grow with Shopify. Shopify.com/Arbour. That's ARBOUR, lowercase. From selling sneakers from the back of a trunk during COVID to one of the fastest expanding stores in America with lineups around the block to get in. He's the sneaker resale titan with mall owners fighting to get his wildly popular, wildly on-trend, and wildly profitable store Impossible Kicks in their mall.
And I never sold sneakers before. I learned on YouTube.
With celebrities, rappers, and athletes constantly stopping by, and a reputation amongst sneakerheads as having the best buyers in the business, he helped turn an idea into a $100 million brand. 19 locations in the most prestigious shopping centers in America in just 3 years.
So we opened that store, and then the Forbes family called us, and we said, can't say no to them.
Today, the Go Team Academy welcomes CEO of Impossible Kicks and my longtime friend, John McCadlow, to teach you how he did it, what not to do, and what practical lessons he learned along the way.
Best business decision I ever made was...
welcome Johnny Mac.
Nicole,
you can say
it's-
your real name.
Yeah, John McAdlow, you know.
I just
It's
found
horrible.
out
It's a horrible
fake name.
Polish last name.
Okay, I want to tell the audience how we met first.
Yeah.
It was so funny. You had booked me to do a nightclub appearance at a nightclub that you owned
Yeah.
in Connecticut.
In Connecticut.
And like you personally picked me up at the airport and you're
I
like,
was such a fan.
that was so nice. I hope you still are.
I was such a fan. I was just like, you know,
was like,
no, I
oh,
still,
hi.
now we're friends, but like
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
such a fan. I was just like,
But you took me straight to Party City.
we bought silly string and like carriages full of everything from
Yeah.
Mylar balloons and pinatas and all
That
sorts
is
of
a
crazy.
great first friend date.
Yeah.
Like with the crew.
We
of people.
bonded.
Yeah, we're like, let's buy dumb shit and all of it. And I'm like, are we friends? And we're like, we're friends now. And then the event that night or the next night, it was so funny because it was Easter weekend.
Yes.
And all the students were gone.
Yeah, it was just kind of like I showed up. Everybody was like, "Hey, I really want to go, but I'm going to be going home. Thanks." And I'm like, "Oh no!"
It's the only nightclub appearance I've ever done where it was mostly empty, but we had the best fucking time. But the people
I
who
don't
were
even
there
drink.
partied.
I did shots with you that
Yeah,
night.
you did.
Yeah.
The whole bar
And-
did shots with me. I was laying on your bar. 'Cause
Yes.
The people who were there, I'm like, let's give them a fucking show. So that's how we met. And then I got to see the evolution of knowing that you were a huge car salesman and business
Yeah.
owner, right?
Yeah, principal.
In
yeah,
Connecticut.
dealer principal. Yeah.
You taught me the value of those low cost commercials that are on local TV networks. And you put yourself on all those different TV networks, and every fucking person knew you. So you went from being a local celebrity from your commercials and being so funny on them to people buying high ticket items off of you because they recognized you from a low ticket ad. Tell me about that, please, because it's genius.
So I started doing TV in 2005, you know, and I was, you know, always a musician. So I was kind of a ham on camera. So we started doing that, and we just hit it with so much saturation, and we took a dealership that was struggling to be the #1 franchise dealer in the state after 4 years. You know, it was
Yeah.
a lot of work. And we did a tremendous job, but you know, I was kind of like a local celebrity.
Not like you were. I walked around with you. People screamed your name out of cars. Do you remember that?
It was
that was wild.
It was great. And you know, that was a very interesting transition because when I opened the first store in Connecticut, it was, Johnny Mac is going to be, you know, successful. He's running the business for his brother. And then all of a sudden when I was like, wow, I went into a different state, I go, I'm not Johnny Mac no more. I'm John.
And you told me a couple years ago at brunch in West Hollywood,
Yeah.
you know, I have this idea for this shoe thing, like sneaker reselling. Have you heard of it? Because like the business is booming. Sneakerheads are the coolest people that I've encountered. They love the fucking industry. I think you likened it to people who like Star Wars. Like people don't kind of like Star Wars that are into it. They fucking love
It's a
sneakers.
very good analogy, actually.
Fast forward, that was just an idea that we were discussing at brunch. And now Impossible Kicks, which you are a founder and COO of,
Yeah.
is in every freaking major mall that I can see across America. When 90% of new businesses in America close, how the fuck did you start Impossible Kicks?
I was in the auto industry and I kind of was like, you know what? I'm sick of being king of my own sandbox. There's like so much more out there.
There's a lot of sand.
I ended up watching my brother sell sneakers like in the middle of COVID. And I said, this is pretty stupid, but at least I'm going to buy some sneakers because like everything was shut down. And had that horrible outfit. I would wear like jeans with like dress shoes.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
It's a rough
was-
like loafers. Like, what was I doing? Why didn't you say anything back then? I could have started on this
I
earlier.
thought I did, honestly. I was like, well, who is this dude that's wearing like the shorts with the loafers and hanging out with a lot of wrestlers? I don't know what's going on.
My brother was like, I want to open up a sneaker store. And I said, okay, I don't know what that looks like. So then I was talking to somebody else. This woman came up to me and goes, hey, I want to know where I can get a pair of Yeezys for myself and my boyfriend. And I said, oh, you can get them on like StockX. She goes, no, we want to go in and try them on. And I go, I don't know where to go, you know? So I said, how about we come up with a concept that's kind of, you know, customer facing, 50% men, 50% women, you know, because I feel that women always get alienated and women rule the world. I mean, they're like
Say
the
it one more
leaders.
time. Just say it
Women, I
again.
mean, I'll say it to the camera again. Women rule the world. They lead commerce. It's true.
We love to buy
Listen,
shit.
if you really think about it, everything that men do is for women, essentially. It's either to meet them or to do something nice for them. So
Or
if you really-
attract us, or make us happy when you screw up.
We set up the concept that way. and did some paid social.
Yep.
So cut the ribbon. There was a 4-hour wait. And I said, wow.
Wait. On the first store?
First store.
Wait,
So,
what did that feel like when there's a lineup around the block for your opening?
what a lot of people, especially in their 30s and 40s, that are so afraid of is to make these choices to try something different because they're afraid they're not going to be good at it. So they stay in that same, paradigm, like, okay, this is my life. This is what it's going to look like. I'm going to try nothing. That felt good because I said, okay, I really have a shot at this. So my brother had like X amount of dollars. I'm like, listen, if you don't have a good grand opening, you're toast. It was crazy. The owner of the mall, Billy Taubman, called me on Monday and goes, listen, can you do this in other centers? And I said, yeah. We were all excited, opened up another store in like 90 days.
What? That is you.
And I never sold sneakers before. So the first time I ever sold sneakers was the day we put the key in the door.
You do know that that's not normal for businesses.
I learned on YouTube. Like how I met you, I just learned on YouTube.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, I'm serious.
You learned on YouTube
Learned on YouTube.
how to sell sneakers?
Yeah, how to authenticate it, how to do everything like that. I learned everything on YouTube.
Shout out YouTube.
Yeah, shout out YouTube.
Wow.
That's how I met you.
Internet. I love
Crazy,
the internet.
right? There was another investor that wanted to do a location in Orlando. So I take this gentleman out.
Yeah.
Which the pancakes are really good. And I said, I need like $1 million to invest in this.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? So I had a whole presentation, And
Did you wear something cute and tight and wiggle a little?
No. Listen, I went very humble pie, People who start businesses, they think they're going to go and they're going to do it and they're going to take out a business loan. And the bank's not going to want to care about something you've never done before. Even though I was kind of like an overnight success at it, banks still don't want to lend on that. They want to lend on, assets and collateral, et cetera. So he's like, $1 million. He's like, let's start with a couple $100,000. And he goes, I'm going to come help you run the company. And because I don't want to be participating in this, he's like, I'm so confused on even what it is. So we opened up the one store, bunch of WWE wrestlers showed up.
Yes.
But anyway, so we opened that store and then the Forbes family called us a month after opening that store. He's like, I want you to open up a store in West Palm. Can't say no to them. So I literally lived on a plane in a U-Haul because we had no money the first year. And it was really a surreal moment to do that. And then we get all the way to Christmas time. And there was a gentleman that owned a boutique investment firm.
Okay.
And the boutique investment firm, the guy goes, I love your concept. I love how everything is here. I raise money for companies like you. If you ever want to raise money, let me know. Gives me his card. So I didn't think anything of it. He leaves. He bought his son $14,000 worth of sneakers.
Fine.
I Google him the next day and see that he owns this big brokerage firm. And I said, wow, this is serious. So I called him up and he goes, listen, I'm in Amsterdam now. He goes, when can I see you? I said, I'll get on a plane tomorrow morning and come to Amsterdam.
You're like an
I'll
OnlyFans
fly
girl.
under the plane.
Yeah, that's like the OnlyFans girl vibes.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll fly under the plane.
You have money? I'm coming.
He goes, listen, don't come. He goes, I'm going to fly a banker out to you to meet you in like 2 weeks. So sure enough, him and a banker came out 2 weeks later, who's the chairman of the company now, and met us. They were like, we're so impressed. Let's see what we can raise you. And that year we raised $7 million. Yeah.
Wait, so that was...
We did our first raise of $4 million before we were even open a year. 11 months.
Flip the table. Okay, amazing. Yeah. Nice.
About 4 or 5 months into it, and we needed some more capital. We raised another $3 million.
Okay.
And now we're going out for a $20 million raise.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Now, the genius part is that you had no product to make. You were buying a product that's already made and reselling that.
Correct.
That business model is effing genius. How do you do it? Do you buy inventory as you want to buy inventory, or are you stuck to a certain amount of shoes a month?
So, like, for example, Lululemon will order all their leggings in Brazil.
Yeah. And
they'll order, 6 months worth. And if black leggings that make your butt look good go out of style, you're stuck selling those.
Yeah.
So
they'll never go out of style, by the way.
No. We have ways that we get releases in massive quantity either before they're out or right when they hit the open market. I have groups that go out there and get hundreds of pairs. Because there's for example, everybody knows the Panda Dunk. So we sold 18,000 pairs of Panda Dunks.
Those shoes get roasted now, but I still like them.
That shoe was $500 at one point.
That is, I don't care what anybody says. Like the super sneakerheads will make fun of girls who wear the Panda Dunks. I still think they're a great shoe.
It's
and
a great
I think
shoe.
girls look super cute.
It is an entry level.
Yeah.
like entry level shoe.
Pandas are the weed of sneakerheads.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's your gateway drug. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
get
know-
it. Do you have like a network of crazy sneakerheads that like go out fishing for you and bring the shoes in?
So
That's
there
so
is
cool.
more 18 and 19-year-old millionaires than I have ever seen in this industry. It's pretty, it's wild. I mean,
Go
they go out,
on.
they go out and they rent these warehouses for a couple $1,000s and they stockpile shoes. So they have their runners that want to go out and make like, $50 a day, and they'll go to Foot Locker or Champs and they'll wait outside for several hours at a time, on a
Amazing.
release day, and they'll go and get a bunch of quantity and they'll go from store to store to store to store.
Genius. And
Yeah.
then they resell
And then
to you.
they sell to us because we can buy with a big selection. So for example, we could buy, multiple size runs of a certain sneaker, or we can buy, 1,000 pairs at a time, or something that's really hyped that you can't get your hands on. They've maybe gotten 10 or 15 pairs because there's not an unlimited supply. So it's
Yeah.
super, super rare.
That's incredible. What a freaking cool business model. It's like,
essentially try to monopolize the mall resale market.
It is
so now
exciting.
we had no budget and we built stores for like 20, 30 grand. Now we spend 150 to 200,000 per store.
you went from sneakers in the back of your trunk to over 20 locations in major malls across America, opening in the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas, which we both know is going to slaughter.
Oh, it's gonna crush.
$100 million valuation, which is I think it's very polite and cute because we both know it's going to be a lot more than that within the next year.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why I want to be part of it. It's not finances are fun. Money is fun. The game of Monopoly is great. But when I go to Impossible Kicks, and I've gone without you, and I went to pick up stuff one time, and
Yeah.
I've just gone myself just to look at your stores because I'm so proud of you. The customer experience, and I'm a marketing nerd. The customer experience, I know, is why you're successful.
Thank you.
What I see is people walk in there and they're buying something that makes them feel really special to own, which all girls especially love. But guys you want to feel freaking cool that like I have this piece of something that makes me part of this community. And the sneakerhead community is a community. And then the bag. Who came up with that?
I did.
Yes.
The people love it. There's nothing better than getting that bag.
And your store is genius to take photos and selfies of people. Your customers, you make them feel like a celebrity, which everybody wants to. I love that. What's the best business decision you ever made? Decision. What is the best business incision you've ever made?
Best business decision I ever
Yeah.
made was when we raised the money for Impossible Kicks. But yeah, bringing in the outside capital, because a lot of people don't realize that with a lot of money comes a lot of responsibility. So when people are going to invest
Can you
money,
please say that again?
with a lot of money comes a lot of responsibility, because people are investing in you to not go out there and pay yourself huge bonuses to see you fly first class. They want to make sure that you're opening the stores, getting the product, getting the right employees, and you're showing them a return. Because it was very nerve-wracking when you take in $7 million and 6 months, you got to make sure that you're triaging it and spending it in the right places, where you're not just going like, I've heard people go, all right, we're going to have a bunch of influencers over and have a paintball game and use it as PR. It's like, we don't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know you've heard stories.
Yeah, I've worked with some brands that are like that. And I worked with them on the marketing sides as well. And I'm like, you did what with your money? And they're like, we worked with this other agency and they had us do a freaking paintball party with influencers because that's our PR for the year. I'm like, can you just break that down for me, how that was pitched to you, and then how you said, yes, this is a good idea to do with my investors' money? And then I usually have to come in and be the cleanup crew. And some people know that like I do all the marketing stuff on the back end for huge brands.
Yeah.
Some people may be learning that right this second.
Yeah.
So I love that you didn't waste their money, because that's how I feel. I'm like, if I invested in this brand and they just wasted money on this crappy influencer campaign or this event that nobody cares about, that you invited personal friends who aren't even posting about it.
None of them have any staying power. They go and they give it to a bunch of their favorite influencers. It's like, thank you for brand. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, they go and then they're dead and they're out of money.
Worst decision you've ever made in business?
It's the way I met you. So I wouldn't say it's almost the ultimate worst, but it was owning a nightclub.
They're just money pits, aren't they?
Oh, so anybody out there be like, hey, I'm going to open up a nightclub. I mean, we had a 7-figure budget and it was beautiful.
It sure was.
It was beautiful. It was 15,000 square feet. It was an old Irish church that was deconstructed and put in it was just beautiful and Gothic and just had an expensive stereo and sound system, and we had the best people playing there. And it just never made money because it wasn't busy enough. Yeah, in certain areas it does work, but it's people with a lot of capital that build it up over the first couple of years and can afford to take big losses. And then it shows a lot of staying power.
What is the worst thing that happened when you were opening one of your Impossible Kicks locations?
We were opening up in Nashville.
Yeah,
opening up. Shit hits the fan in Nashville.
Always.
So we had all the inventory delivered, and we had the contractors working on everything, and it was locked.
Okay.
These 3 women actually knew how to jimmy the door open and went and stole $80,000 worth of sneakers before the grand opening. And keep in mind, like, that was my first conversation I had to have with my investors to be like, $80,000 worth of sneakers got stolen. And it literally took the insurance company a year to pay us.
Wow. Insurance companies give you no insurance or assurance whatsoever. I'm not a fan of insurance companies. No. Find me a good one and I'll be a fan. But like, I think they all suck.
Yeah, I've never had a great experience with one.
What did they look like? I want to know.
The women?
They're going to jail though, right?
They're going to jail. So I'll send you some mugshots.
Like, in case I run into them. I think you should do is you should put their
jacked.
mugshots
They're
on
like,
a shirt
I was like kind of
and
surprised.
sell it.
Yes.
Only at the Nashville location. I would buy it.
Yes.
What do you think about all the business influencers online?
People love being talked down to and people they look up to, like in their face, as opposed to their mentors actually telling them in person.
Ooh.
So like what's interesting
kind of like
is
fetishy.
Because if you worked for Andrew Tate and he called you like, a piece of shit, get your shit together, like you would sue the company for a hostile work environment.
They'd be crying and they would.
But it's almost like, ooh, I want to be abused. Let me sign up for their classes, And
they're going to tell me
like,
I'm a piece of shit more.
Like Dan Pena. Love Dan Pena. He is you like him?
Yeah.
He is brash. He is very difficult.
He's fun.
That was like my mentor. And you just sucked it up and dealt with it. Nowadays, people are like, oh, I can't be treated like this at work. But then like, oh, let me go home and look at Dan Pena.
But do you want to be successful or not? This is how I feel about it.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know any successful people that don't get put through the fucking ringer, either by a mentor or by their industry. Morning routines.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you have one, or is it kind of bullshit?
It's kind of bullshit. I see a lot of these like gurus try to like sell this crazy stuff. It's like wake up in quiet time and then 10 minutes with the red light and then go into a sauna, then a cool plunge. Like, oh, like what the fuck? Like how much
Are you
how much stuff are you gonna do? You know
Yeah.
what I do is I get up and I look at my phone and I start answering and I make coffee. It's like that's all I do. I make coffee.
Then you just get to fucking business.
Get to business.
Yeah.
People are like, meditate and sit there and pray to baby Jesus.
Your 75 affirmations of the work you're going to do that day, and then meditate on those affirmations, and then watch your 45-minute tutorial on how to run a business. Log into my course, Learning How to Be a Real Estate Agent.
I love Eric Thomas, but he never responded to my DM, so he's a little bit on my shit list.
Okay,
and I would have sent it. So
Fuck
he's like,
you.
"Yo, I get up at 3:30 in the morning, have my walk with God." I'm like, I tried that once. Woke up at 3:30. I was like, woke up, took a walk, and I go. It was like 4:15. I go, what am I gonna do now?
God's like, I'm sleeping, bitch.
Everybody's asleep.
Yeah.
And I think it's crazy because, like, I have 20 stores and 300 employees.
Say it one more time.
20 stores and almost 300 employees.
Boom.
What am I going to sit there for 4 hours and ponder on?
Now, the people who you think are rock stars within your organization, are you structuring so that they'll have an opportunity to invest in the future?
Yeah. So what's good?
Ooh.
We've issued options to all of our key employees, every manager and assistant manager, so that when we do exit, everybody will be really well taken care of. So my whole thing is if you can come and you can learn from me, which it's like a dead art, and then you can go and you can make a lot of money where you can put a big down payment on a house or buy a car or really get ahead in life.
Yep.
You have the knowledge and the money. You won both ways.
This makes me really happy, though, that you're setting that up that people can win with you. That's a go team as fuck.
Don't fall in love with these business coaches online. They're like, I feel that. Listen, I will, especially the real estate ones are the worst I've ever seen. These real estate coaches are just like horrific. And I will get on your show and debate anyone in the whole country.
Yeah.
I know like rookie salespeople that will like car salespeople that like mop the floor with them.
First job you ever had.
My godfather owned a body shop.
Cool.
So I used to clean out repossessed cars when I was 13.
Ew.
I used to make like $5 an hour. I could still remember he had me clean out like this Ford Escort, and it smelled so bad.
Yep.
Oh, I still get sick just thinking about it. And then, but my first job where I got a paycheck was I was a skate guard.
Wait,
You know.
what is a skate guard?
So at a roller skating rink.
Oh my gosh, I thought
I'm
you
old.
meant that. I thought you meant that. That's so funny.
So like I would skate around the rink, and I would wait for people to fall, and then I would protect them. Make sure no
we
one-
thought you were so cool.
I was
when
so
we
cool. I
went.
got so many dates back then.
I bet you.
And then you had to write down your number back in the day. You couldn't even save it on the phone.
Yep.
You'd beep me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. That
Yeah.
was really fun. I feel like I have to tell you mine now because
Yeah,
it was
tell me.
ridiculous.
I want to hear.
My very, very first time making money was my lemonade stand.
No.
It was not a normal lemonade stand. We sold for more than we should have been selling for. And I got my little sister, who was like just freaking adorable. I was like, I want you to go put on your cutest little bikini now. Like, I didn't know that was kind of weird because I was a kid too, but I was just like, she's cute and I want her to be at maximum cuteness. And I put on my cutest little bathing suit and we went out there and we're like, lemonade. We sold out and I'm like, Mom. She's like, oh, honey, it's not going too good. I'm like, I need more lemonade. And I never gave anybody change. That was my trick.
Repeat business.
Why do you think you've been successful when, like I said, 90% of startups fail in the first year? 90%.
I didn't spend any money my first year. We didn't have a lot of money to go around. We made almost no money. And once we started to see some success, I made sure that we redeployed that money into the business. And a lot of things that happen is everybody is so obsessed with its internet bullshit.
Yep.
You know, well, like, why is it that like everybody thinks everybody has a Lamborghini Gallardo, okay, or Huracan, which is a piece of
Because you
junk,
can
by
rent
the way.
one by the hour here in Miami.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what they do is, you know, you have somebody that has a good concept and they've never lived life. So let's say they sell lemonade, okay? And they go out and they see some success and they've always lived in their parents' bedroom. So they go out and they get themselves a penthouse apartment, they rent the Lamborghini, they lease an Escalade, they're going out spending $10,000 to impress Susie Q over here.
Susie
And-
Q, hi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Haven't seen you in a while.
You know, they're trying to flex and be like, I have success. Look at all
Yep.
these things I have.
Yep.
Well, at one time I had, because you didn't develop your skills and you didn't develop your relationships, you saw a very short-term surge, like kind of like a flash in the pan that they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of the two things is they either overspend or there's not enough preparation. So you kind of have to see like, if I have $1 over here, how is it going to become 2?
And you need to do that exercise for every dollar.
You know, it has to be a straight line. And that's where these young entrepreneurs can't say, I have an idea. You say, I have an idea and a business plan.
How can someone who's dating a badass entrepreneur be a supportive partner, man or woman? I thought you'd be a good person to ask this.
Not to give them a hard time, but just ask for good communication. I don't care who it is. They can always text you in the morning, text you a couple times during the day.
Yep.
Maybe make time for 5 minutes of a phone call. Even if it's like, hey, I'm going into a meeting, just thinking about you, talk to you soon.
Yeah.
That is so valuable. But to also just be like, not naggy. You know, when someone gets very naggy, that really hurt, you know, a relationship for me. It's like, when are you going to be home? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? You know, being an entrepreneur, especially opening up a national platform, it's a lot of lonely nights in a hotel. You know,
Yes.
if you really care about that man or woman, don't be like going out, showing off on your Instagram that you're out clubbing or whatever, because it brings so much stress into their life.
Yeah.
And let them grow, let them have their moment, because in turn, they will take care of you.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's some great advice.
Yeah.
I've seen people on both ends, men and women, get really offended when the other partner's crushing it in their business or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, why aren't you home with me? I'm like, well, girl, you want a new Birkin bag. Do you want him to do this? Magic, a Birkin.
Correct.
He has to go buy it, which means he has to go and do his job. And all these girls and all these rap songs and all these things, it's always like, yeah, buy me this and buy me that. And it's like, he needs to go to work, bitch.
Yeah, of
Where's
course,
that
of
song?
course.
I'm going to work, bitch. Don't nag at me. I think I got to make that song.
Yeah.
Carl.
You may love that person, not want to lose them, but you also have 100 investors' money and, you know, hundreds of employees.
And those
that you have to take
investors
care
have
of.
guns, depending on what state they live in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know, like it's a lot of
I
stress.
bet you it's hard to swim with cement shoes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I've never tried. You don't sell those. No.
No.
Yeah.
No, these guys are fantastic. I have some great investors.
They sound like they're from New York.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add that you feel like you haven't said yet?
I always love everything you do. I've been a fan even before we became friends.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And now I'm a fan and like
Yeah.
I love getting to cheer for you. And it's like we were both starting to grow something new at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's both of us has been like
you have
just
a
blowing
roaring
up.
blaze. You have a roaring blaze. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, there's only one more thing for me to say. No, two more. One, take my money.
Yes.
And two, go team.
Yeah, go team.
Yeah.
Go team. Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you, John. I'm Nicole Arbour, and this is Streetwalkers, Walkers, Walkers. It must be fun to make up fake news because the news does it all the time. So today, we're gonna try. It's gonna be hard, but we're gonna try and make up whatever fake news they haven't already spread. I heard that Coca-Cola is starting to put Coke back in the products.
Hell yeah! We turn as fuck!
You heard that story before?
I did hear that story before.
So they're putting what back in?
Cocaine. They're gonna
Would
put
you drink
cocaine in
it?
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes.
Why not?
Maybe on the weekends.
When I need a little extra energy.
No.
No. A synthetic version.
Why not? Who knows what's in all these chemicals today?
It's fucking Coke. That's how it originated. Like, why wouldn't we put Coke back in Coca-Cola?
Hey man, if it's to the public, I'm drinking it.
Every weekend.
Friday, Saturday.
We're in Miami.
Miami, fit in.
I might have to give it a little taste test though.
Maybe a little alcohol in it, but no Coke for me.
A little shot.
Put Coke back in Coca-Cola, people.
Make America great again. Coke it back in Coca-Cola. Next one, the state of Tennessee has said they're going to do drive-through baptisms.
Wait, drive-through?
Yeah. Jesus walks, but also he drives.
Right.
I mean, if you're willing to do it, then go ahead and do the baptism. But if not, then keep driving.
Okay. I mean, I think that it'd be like probably better to get baptized in a church.
So they put the water in the car?
Apparently they're going to use a squirt gun. I heard it's a super soaker.
It's a wait.
If they with it, I'm with it.
Drive-through baptisms.
Through baptisms.
No way.
Guess what?
My opinion, you know, you wanna, you know, then yeah.
Okay, sure, I guess for today. That sounds great. You can catch the Holy Spirit while driving right through.
Mass revival. That's what they got to do to get everyone baptized.
Uber baptism?
Yeah.
Uber.
Holy Ghost ride the whip.
Or don't drink and drive.
Tennessee is crazy for that.
Well, Tennessee's crazy in general, but that's why I like it. Next one, Tesla is introducing a new car that will run on fertilizer. Would you buy it?
On fertilizer.
Like grass fertilizer?
It's a shit car.
No, probably smells like ass. No, just because I'm old school and I'd rather have like the old-fashioned way.
But if you could shit in your car and make it go and never pay for gas,
Yes.
I'd be scared too.
why?
Because you don't want to mess with fertilizer because it's an explosive.
Shit, why not? As long as it's cheaper than gas, I'll drive it.
Well, I think it's free.
If it's free, then I'm definitely driving it.
Save money and you ain't gotta stop at the bathroom. Fuck it.
No, don't fuck it. Shit it.
Shit it. You know what I'm saying? Every day I'm shitting on these niggas anyway. All these rules go shit. When I walk out the house, I shit on niggas. You feel me?
Yes, I feel you.
Yeah.
I can't say that word, but I feel you.
Oh yeah. So you can be like, I shit on people. Walk out the house. You gotta shit. You gotta pop your shit everywhere you go. Pop shit. University, PSU, pop it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That was going on.
Would you drive a shit Tesla?
I actually would.
Okay, and how far do you think your shit would take you on a ride?
Really far.
What did you eat?
We just had nachos with refried beans in them and tacos.
You're going all the way to Jersey. I don't want to be in that car, but I wish you well.
Be a shitty situation if it's
How far do you think your shit would take you?
50 miles.
Depending on what you ate?
Yeah, it depends on what I eat. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like a Taco Bell might go a bit further.
Oh yeah, that Taco Bell gonna give me 500 miles. I ain't gonna lie.
Shit.
I feel like electric cars, like, it seems like it's cheaper than gas, but
We're talking about your personal shots.
my personal shots
Yeah.
will probably only take me like 20 miles, so I only shit like once every 2 days.
Oh my gosh, we gotta get you some fiber. More water, some fiber, drain you out. You look nice, no homo,
Full of
but
shit.
you're probably full of shit.
I am full of shit sometimes.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it. It's a
I'm full
medical
of shit,
thing.
but I'm not a shitty person.
I don't think you're a shitty. I think you're a nice person. You're welcome.
Every day I'm shitting on these niggas anyway. You know what I mean?
So the moral of the story is, just because someone says something doesn't mean it's real. Whether it be the news, a magazine, an online article, or a pretty blonde girl on the beach. Use your heads, guys. If something doesn't sound right, it probably isn't right. Cars that run on shit. Elon Musk is gonna steal my idea, and I know it. I just raised the stock price of Taco Bell. You're welcome. Go team. I'm Nicole Arbour, and this is the Arbour Effect. Fact. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all those things if you like the show. Of course you like the show. Of course, you're still here, which means you liked it. Thanks for watching. Keep laughing. Be good to each other in real life. And until next time, go team.